the scourge of the Flagellants. Blood, whips, and madness. In the heart of the 14th century, as Europe groaned beneath the weight of pestilence and despair, there arose a movement that was as bloody as it was fanatical. They called themselves the Flagellants, and their gospel was not of peace or comfort but of pain, scourging, and madness. They marched barefoot through towns and villages, their bodies naked to the waist, their skin flayed raw by whips studded with iron. With every step they struck themselves, raining down blows until their backs ran red with blood, until the earth was splattered with the gore of their devotion. Where the Black Death swept, the Flagellants followed, their cries of repentance mingling with the stench of decay, their ritual of suffering spreading terror as surely as the plague itself. To understand them is to step into a world collapsing. The Black Death had begun its grim harvest. Cities lay in ruin, corpses piled in pits, churches overflowed with funerals. Priests fled, physicians confessed helplessness, and prayers seemed to rise only to fall unanswered. In this void, the Flagellants appeared, proclaiming that the plague was God's punishment upon mankind, that only through blood and agony could his wrath be appeased. They were not clergy, not sanctioned by the church, but common men, merchants, peasants, craftsmen, who abandoned their homes, took up whips, and marched in great processions that snaked across Europe like rivers of suffering. They moved in silence until the ritual began. At appointed times, in market squares or churchyards, they would strip to the waist, form a circle, and fall to the ground, crying out their sins. Then, rising as one, they began the scourging. The whips they carried were no simple cords. They were leather thongs tipped with iron spikes or knotted with sharp bits of bone. With rhythmic strikes, they lashed their own flesh, beating until skin split, until rivulets of blood streamed down to soak their trousers and drip onto the cobblestones. Some struck themselves on the chest, some on the back, others across their thighs, until their entire bodies were canvases of gore. And all the while they chanted hymns of penance, voices raw with fervor, eyes wild with fanatic light. Crowds gathered to watch. Some came in awe, believing the Flagellants holy men whose blood would intercede with God.